If you teach 11th or 12th grade students, you probably spend some time discussing ways to pay for college. Hi, my name's Amanda Volz. I'm a personal finance teacher at St. Clair High School in St. Clair, Michigan, and I teach mostly 12th grade students, so I spend quite a bit of time in my credit unit talking about paying for college. One great interactive that NGPF offers an activity or a lesson around is an interactive titled How Much Will Your College Cost? I actually use this interactive with two others. So I actually start by having students look at researching salaries by major. So when I start getting into my paying for college unit, I first have them look at how much money they're going to make based on the major that they choose, this activity right here. And that then leads into this activity, which is comparing sticker price versus net price. So they have an idea of how much money they're going to make, because I'm trying to drive home throughout the lesson the rule of not taking out more in student loan debt than you're going to make in that first year of your career. So they find out their salary in this activity, researching their college major. Then we talk about or debunk the myths of sticker price versus net price, which then typically leads me into this interactive, which is how much will your college actually cost? When you open up this interactive, what it does, or it gives you, is a link to this pricing tool. This NPR has a net price tool, which students can look up multiple different colleges, and then based on the income level of their household and some other variables, it will give them a net price for that particular college. Another website that I have kind of stumbled upon, I think it was last year, I ended up kind of swapping the sites, but there's another website that's called Tuition Tracker, tuitiontracker.org. I just found this one to be just a little cleaner kind of website than the other, but both of them do the same thing, in which it compares the sticker price versus the net price of what you're actually going to pay. Hence the name of what this interactive is. What are you going to actually pay for the college that you are planning to attend? So the first question, they're just looking at sticker and net price, which that's why I sort of sequenced the lessons in the way I told you, because that should be knowledge that they already have. And then students will then access this spreadsheet that's linked here, and they'll pick 5 different colleges and use the interactive, which is either the NPR net price tool, or like I said, Tuition Tracker is a great additional resource if you want to use that as well. And they look at a college of a public university, a small public, 2 private schools, and an Ivy League. You could even mix up those requirements. I do that sometimes also, where I'll have them look at maybe a private school, a public school, an Ivy League college, a state college, and then anyone that they want. So for students that are college-bound students, I tell them to look at colleges they're actually interested in attending. If you have students that their plan is not to go to college, they have a different career path or a different trade school or something, I have them look at any 5 that they have interest in. And when they plug the information into the calculator, they're looking at if their household income falls in these thresholds, how much would they actually pay for attending that particular university. And what's really eye-opening to students is that some of these large private schools or Ivy League universities actually don't cost them as much money depending on where they fall in these thresholds. So my students found it to be really eye-opening when doing this particular activity. The activity is pretty clear and laid out. You'll just need to, I use Google Classroom, so I attach the document and the spreadsheet and just make a copy for each student. Another teacher tip or option is to take this information and just put it all in the spreadsheet. I've done that also, so there's not 2 documents because that can be confusing sometimes to students, but instead just have multiple pages within this spreadsheet that have the questions, the actual spreadsheet, and an analysis. So this is a great activity if you're teaching about paying for college, for them to investigate sticker price versus net price of some actual universities.